Good morning, guys. Good morning. And I want to welcome you to Sing with Me. I'm Shonda, and I inspire nations to grow. And for those of you who always turn it on, because I absolutely just straight up, I love you. And for those of you who may be new to the channel, welcome to Sing Life Community because we are a group of creators that believe in the law of attraction. Some namaste all the way. Inspiration, motivation, spirituality, and yes, we love God because we learn lessons and we only reflect good. And I want to welcome you to Sing Life TV with me today. And I want to welcome everyone to this beautiful, thankful Thursday. I'm so thankful that God has allowed me to wake up in this life to experience a change. And so that's what I want to talk to you guys about. I want to reach out. I want to talk to someone who may be going through changes, who may be experiencing changes, excuse me, that are not easy. So I just want to just throw it on out here. For those of you who have been lied to, for those of you who have been told to slap your neighbor and then spin around in a circle and just break out in the dance, that you're changed. I want to formally apologize to you because that's a lie. So whoever told you that change was easy, they indeed lied to you. Change is the furthest thing from easy. Change will stretch you in ways that you never thought that you could be stretched in. Change will allow you to feel discomfort in a way that you never thought that you could feel, but it strengthens you. It produces good character. It unveils your true identity. It leads to freedom, but it's difficult and it's not easy. So whoever told you that it was, they lied. See, when you change, you have to shed the old man that you were before the change occurred. You have to develop new habits, new routines. You have to educate yourself in the area of which your change is pushing you toward. So, for example, our spirit knows who we are. It takes time for us to understand who we are and to discover who we are. Because a lot of times we get sidetracked, and so we find ourselves being wrapped up into other people and what their perception is of us, and we lose ourselves in our daily routines. We just lose ourselves. But our spirit knows who we are. God knows who we are. And when it's time for the change to occur, all hell would normally break out in your environment. You experience this craziness that happens that to get you to shift excuse me, into a new area of your life, to get you to experience the unknown. But why is it though that we go back and forth in our head with this banter? Should I do it? Or well, I'll do it next week, or I'll start that on Monday, or I'm just gonna wait until I get the kids out of the house, or I'm just gonna wait until next week, or when I get this debt paid, or when I do that, and then I'll change. And all you're doing is being frustrated. All you're doing is settling. All you're doing is preventing yourself from reaching your full potential. All you're doing is being complacent because your mind has been used to you staying where you are, and it's hard for you to take the leap. So I want to talk to you about what happens when God is pushing you in the direction of a change. The first thing that happens is you have a spiritual awakening. A spiritual awakening. And in most cases, this happens privately. You wake up like, what am I doing? What have I been doing? I've been lied to. I don't even know who I am. You just experience this spiritual awakening to where people are like, what's happening with you? What's going on with you? I want the old Shonda back. And I'm thinking, that Shonda's dead. This is the new Shonda. This is the real me. You experience a spiritual awakening. That's the first thing that happens. The second thing that happens for us people that are action oriented, we make a drastic change in our atmospheres, in our environments. Because if you're like me and you give and you give and you give, when the giving is gone and you get the revelation, so are you. You change. And so what happens is, even for those who take a gradual change or a drastic change, who make those, you experience what I call a delayed paralysis. It's almost like your vision is blurred. You're paralyzed because your mind is wanting you to stay where you are when you know that your spirit is pushing you where you need to be. So you experience like what I call a pause or a time out to evaluate yourself, to determine if this is something that I really want to do, because you're scared to enter into the unknown. You know that God is telling you to do it, but your flesh doesn't want to do it, so you pause. Well, I just want to let you know that for those of you who are on pause, you'll never experience greatness without walking through the wilderness. You'll never experience freedom until you can really trust God to step out on water and know that you can walk on top of it and not sink. You'll never have the power to speak to a mountain or a stronghold in your life and tell it to move and it actually take flight if you do not walk into unfamiliar territory. And that's how you know you're experiencing a change. The fourth thing that happens for those who are just give up to not changing is that you begin to get complacent again. You fall into your old routine again. The paralysis spiritually kind of kicks in again, and then you surrender to familiar territory. The opposite would occur for those who are just hell bent on making the change. They keep it moving. But we lose 98% of the people in that phase right there. When the change has occurred, you get complacent. And then the old patterns, instead of picking up, just stretching yourself with the new habits, you get stuck in the old habits. And then all of a sudden the paralysis kick in and you surrender to familiar territory. You settle, you're unhappy, you're sad, you're tired, you're overweight, you're sick, you're broke, you're busted, and you're disgusted. And then the next thing you know, you fall asleep spiritual again in a spiritual coma. And everything that God had showed you during your awakening moment is lost because of fear. Fear does not come from God, the divine one. Fear does not come from him, only love and taking chances. So I want to just reach out to you today who may be going through this change, who may be experiencing just turbulence in your life. Just know that you're right on schedule. You're right on schedule. Stay the course. Be consistent. Form new habits. Do the habits even when you're tired, even when you don't see what you want to see. Keep pressing. Keep moving. Even when people think that you are crazy, stay consistent with God. Stay consistent with you. When you're scared to walk into the unknown, walk into it anyway. Because on the other side of that, it's a whole new person, a whole new life, and everything that you can possibly imagine. Do not allow any outside factors to distract you from your destiny. And I want to end this talk with what Les Brown said, and it's so profound when it talks about changes. In life, if you always take the easy way out, the complacent way out, the familiar way out, and when your life is easy, then on the back end, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. But if you do the hard things, which is make changes, step out in the unknown, when you do things that are hard, the other side of hard, it's going to be easy. So I want you to think about that today. And I want to encourage you to stay consistent in this change. Until the next video, I love you guys. Peace. Share, like, subscribe. And of course, click that bell. Bye now.